Hi guys, it's Jordy. You may know me from playing Violet in Rings. I'm also the creator, the writer, and the director of Rings as well. You guys have asked questions. I'm gonna answer them. You guys were very, very sweet and asked me a lot of questions specifically, as well as asked the whole cast a lot of questions. So I'm gonna answer all of them because I'm that type of person. And so I'll be going through them really, really fast, but thank you so much for asking us questions. It means a lot to us, me especially. So I guess we'll get started. Jordy, are you working on any other projects? Yes, I'm currently working on my next short film, which is called Left Behind currently. The title might change. It is a sequel to my last film, One Shot, and then as well I have my last big film project planned for early 2019 before my family moves to Texas and I go to college. Oh, there was a second part. Maybe a short film or another web series. If so, will there be auditions being held? Yes, all of my auditions are self-taped auditions. If you're interested in being a part of my casting database, which is where I send out information about all of my casting calls, you can send me a message on Instagram if you want, and I'll tell you how to do that. Who messed up their lines the most on set? Probably me. What was it like having Aiden with you on set? It was really helpful to have the editor there to just kind of ask and be like, hey, do you have all the shots you need? Things like that. So it did help a lot and relieve some stress there. Also, Kira asked that question, and Kira did the subtitles for all of the season 2 episodes, and I just want to give a big shout out to her because that's a lot of work, and so thank you, Kira. That means so much. Okay, so the next these three questions all are kind of the same thing. So there was the will you do another series? Are there any different series planned or short films planned for the future? I'm sad that Rings ended. And is there some chance of getting some sort of episode spinoff? So I'm gonna answer those all at the same time and say no, there will not be another season or another short film for Rings. Reason being, A, is that the storyline's kind of done. It ended at season 2 for a reason, mainly because a lot of us will be going to college and it'll be hard to get us together to film something, and the story was kind of just over to begin with. That's just where it ended. And also, as I said earlier, my family will be moving to Texas in May or June, and so that would make filming really, really difficult. And then I will be leaving for college at the beginning of August, and I'm going abroad and I'm studying in Vancouver, Canada, so that would make it really, really hard. The Rings series has ended at season 2. Do we know exactly what happened to Colton? No, Colton's still out there. He's trying to like half lay low, but also still try to, you know, now that he's figured out he has this power, he wants more people under his bidding, for lack of a better term. But no, we don't really know where he is. Will there be any full cast and crew reunion anytime soon? We did just have our cast party, which was at the fair. We don't have anything planned right now for all getting together, but maybe. How did you decide the fates of everyone / what was your reasoning for the Nath ending? For me, when I write, the characters kind of come up with their own endings. I didn't really have to think too hard. It kind of just came to be what it came to be. There was a completely alternate storyline way before season 2 was even actually written, and then I kind of scrapped that, but I kind of forgot how that one was going to end. The Nath ending was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. If there were to be an alternative ending in Rings where everyone didn't split up, what would it be? Everyone would probably die, because that's just what the Rings are. If Violet had a son and daughter, what would their names be? I don't know. I feel like Violet, she has the band, so she can't really have a son and daughter. Plus, I don't really see Violet settling down anytime soon, but I think she would choose names that honor her friends in some way. What would everyone's powers be if they got different rings / what would make sense? It was played around with that Ashton may get the death ring, which would indicate that Violet's mom was indeed dead. Did Violet's mom have the death ring? Yes, she did, because there was a storyline there, so I won't get into that. Faith and Noah's rings could have been switched easily. Violet really could have had any of them. It was really just kind of what came to my mind at the time. But I think anything could really make sense in that universe. Did Violet ever find out about her birth parents / Kimberly? No. Violet has no clue, and I think she has an idea in her mind, and she's kind of just learning to accept what her own story inside her head is. These were the questions for everyone. What was your favorite scene to act in? The one at the beginning is at episode 6 where Faith is on the guitar and I'm on the ukulele. That one was fun. That was really fun. Which Rings character would you want to be your best friend? Faith or Noah? I'd want either. What was your reaction to the end of the series / how did you feel about it ending? I was ready for it, you know, to be over. I was ready for these characters to finish telling the story that they needed to tell. And of course I was sad because, you know, I love the people that we get to film with, but there were a lot of hurdles that had to be jumped over with season 2, and so that caused like a lot of stress with it. So there was relief in there as well, with mixed in with the, oh wow, it's actually over. Funniest moment on set, we have too many. One of them was probably when we were putting the fake blood on Julia, just because that was a lot. Favorite scene, probably the one at the beginning of episode 6 for me. What has this series meant to you? So much. It's meant so much. I mean, it's been a long journey, and the fact that these people have stuck with me throughout it has really means a lot. And the fact that people, you know, watch it and that they followed along not only for 1 season but 2 seasons, that's crazy. I think the lighting keeps changing. I apologize, I'm outside. What movie franchise would you like to join if you could? The Darkest Minds universe, because if you know me, you know I love The Darkest Minds. I'd want to specifically join the Spider-Man universe somehow. I don't know how. I dressed up for Spider-Gwen last year for Halloween, but I don't look anything like Gwen Stacy. What would you do if the characters you play would exist in real life and went to school with you? I think Violet would be like, I don't know if I'd actually interact with Violet. She was more her sarcastic self. I probably would be friends with her, and she'd probably be like, you know, a friend. Who was the most like and unlike their character? Rachel is unlike her character in season 1. Tyler's not like his character because Tyler's not like Colton because Tyler's not evil. But for the rest of us, I think we can kind of like, we're a little bit alike our characters in small ways. For those who had rings, did the rings ever get stuck on your fingers? Almost, yeah. Was it hard to go back to your characters after a year? Kind of. Violet's always a little bit of a part of me. She's kind of like, she's not a full alter ego, but she's a portion of me. She's the more sarcastic part, that some things that I want to say in real life but I don't say, Violet would say them. So it was a little difficult just finding who she was again, but once I found her, what was it like going back to the school cafe and other locations that were in season 1? It was pretty cool to get to go back to them and be like, oh wow, like kind of I'm dropping my phone. Round 2, it was really cool. Really cool experience, and I'm glad that we were able to film there again. Would you give up your life and your friends in order for them to be safe? I don't know. Because here's the thing, is I'm a selfish person. I am a selfish person. Inside, I am. So I really don't know. I think it would really depend on the circumstances. Coming from the rings circumstances, I don't really, just like Violet says, I don't really like growing up. So if I had the ability to have a band that I could take on and off and just have the responsibility of a box, I think I would. But if it was other situations, I'd have to really think about it. Is there anything you would change about how the series ended? I like, from my point of view, being the writer too, I like how it ended. What do you think your characters will be doing 10 years after the end of season 2? Violet will still be her same age and will probably be writing, and we'll just be living her best life. Who do you ship in the series? Nath. Do you ship Vashton, Violet, and Ashton? Talking about that as my own character is kind of hard, but it was supposed to be hinted at a little bit in season 2. Just a little bit. Just the fact, even at the very minimum, that they become better friends and kind of understand each other a little bit more, and realize that they have more in common than they thought. Last question, what will you miss the most about filming? This might be the same answer that a lot of people give, and I know it was said last year too, was the people. I really loved filming with these guys, and you know, it just means a lot that they've stuck with the series, or for those who jumped on in season 2, that they, you know, kind of came into this halfway through and jumped right in. Those were all the questions I had. Thank you guys so much for asking questions. It really means a lot. Someone has asked at some point, will there be a blooper reel? The answer is yes. It's just taking me a really long time to work on it because it's a big project, and I have other projects going on as well. So bear with me, but yes, there will be one. It may come out in January, but yes, there will be one. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. My social media can be found in the description. Thanks for following Rings. Thanks for sticking with us on the journey. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you love these characters as much as I love them. I don't know when I'll see you next, but I run the social media account primarily, so maybe on there. So, adios.